I have a Fintiso. Is that how you say that? Fintissimo. I think, man, I don't know. But I hope I'm saying it right because these fine people, the Fintiso people, sent me this knife. I believe the knife is a Parrot. Black and blue, I think G10 and 14C if I remember. But they were nice enough to send me this knife. And y'all know I don't get that kind of love, man. Like, ain't nobody sending me knives. So there's a couple of people, and Fintiso is now one of them. And I do have a confession to make. When they reached out, I thought, oh man, it's like like I've arrived or something, you know? And then I find out that they're sending them to everybody. So special, not so special, man. It's all good though. But I am grateful that they sent me the knife. You know what I mean? So hey, enough me chit chatting about being somebody. I ain't nobody, man. What we got? We got some spare screws, some stickers, a cleaning cloth. I mean, standard fare. Nice little zipper case, right? Um, I do wanna be thorough. I mean, they sent me the knife so I can look at it. Got a catalog here. It says catalog right there, so you can see their models. I mean, they could have sent me a titanium knife. Let's see, 14C, 9CR, the Rook series, the Cobra series. All right, the Cobra series. This one looks like it's got some potential. Aluminum scales. Oh, S35 and carbon fiber. Yeah, send me that one, fellas. Come on. Let's see. 14C, Odyssey, the Harp. I mean, I like the catalog idea. That's pretty cool. I mean, because if you like one knife, you may like the others. Mostly looks like budgetary type stuff. 14C and G10. Here's some aluminum though. One's G10, one's aluminum. G10 aluminum. Yep. All right. Well, enough of that, man. Let's see what this one's about, and then y'all can make up your mind if you're interested in any of the other stuff. All right. Pretty cool. Black and blue G10. I like black and blue. I had a motorcycle one time that was black and blue, and then I painted my truck to match it. It was back in the day when I had some interesting conversations about making certain parts of other people's anatomy black and blue. Right? Stupid. I know. Childish, man. All right. Hey, let's look at this blade. Okay. Nice little, what's that? Sheepsfoot? Pretty cool. Got that swedge, satin finish, beautiful belt satin finish put on there. 14C 28N I could see here. It's got the black thumb studs to match. Yeah, nice. Little swedge on the top. Decent thickness on the blade stock. Yeah, drop shut on that button. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah. That always intrigues me, man, when people go, button failed. I don't think I've ever had one fail that it wasn't me messing with the action somehow, and then I have to go back and deal with it. But yeah, wow. I mean, we're going to talk about this action, but ooh, that pocket clip, I can already tell you, I love it. Recess screws, steel liners, barrel spacers. Snappy thumb, snappy spidey. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, have me at hello. Come on, man, let's get in it. Be interesting to see if, because I think they're a new knife brand, if the pivot's captured. Yep. And I think I sense, yeah, some Loctite. That's cool. It looks like T6 is the rest of the way. And I don't see any screws other than the pocket clip screws. These barrel spacers, I don't see any screws, so I'm going to assume that there's screws underneath these scales. So let's take a look. We'll get this pocket clip out. And with that Loctite, I want to be cautious because if they Loctited that pivot, there's a good chance they Loctited their other hardware. I mean, I think I see a little bit on there. And with T6s, man, that's a cautionary tale. I can see why there's tension on this clip, though. I mean, they bent that down. And, you know, if you were going to tighten up the tension on a clip, that's what you would do. You'd squeeze this and close that gap. Creates tension. I want to be careful about raising this scale so that my spring doesn't sprung. Yep, there's my spring. Nice little scale. Yeah, see, we've got internal screws here into those barrel spacers. Let's go ahead and we'll pull those. We'll get the knife apart. I ain't scared. A little Loctite on that one. And that one appears to be spinning on the other side. See if I can create some tension and get it to come out of there. I mean, almost. I think I'm going to have to pull that other scale. Man, it is so close, though. Ooh, careful with that blade. Let's do this. So I don't become a casualty of war. Had a washer on one side, but not on the other. Yeah, so the washer's on the clip side. All right, let's see if I can't continue to apply a little pressure and get this screw coaxed out of that barrel spacer. Feels like it's super close to coming out of there. There it is. Okay. Ooh, yeah, it has some Loctite on it. All right, well, so this assembly's cool. I don't need to mess with it at all. Pocket clip's reversible, so you can pull these screws, put the clip in the other side. And with it being a button lock like that, I mean, it's fairly lefty friendly, right? Let's go ahead and wipe everything down. I mean, it's not dirty in here. It looks like it's been prepped properly at the factory. Yeah, that satin finish on that 14C is gorgeous. Good looking, man. All right. Had a little bit of oil in there. Not a lot. Nothing crazy. Dig it. Nice little cage bearings. Let's see if they're ceramic or steel. Ceramic. Yeah. Nice. And I already know better, but I am going to check real quick. Oop. Steel liner? Yeah. I had to check, man. You never know. I've seen crazier things. All right. Well, that was simple. Nice construction. Simple. No issues going on in here. I'm going to go the open side of the cage down into this recess. Like so. A little bit of lube. I know, it's goofy. I wipe them off and then I re-oil them. It's like, what are you doing, man? Well, I mean, I don't know what it was like in here. Make sure I get it right. And then open side is going to be up on this side as well. Is that the way I did it on that side? Let me make sure. Yep, I did it right. Okay. A little more of this slick stuff. And then we'll put this washer. I'm guessing the washer was headspace probably has something to do with the way this is milled versus the other side. Man, I don't know. I'm guessing at this point. But it was definitely in there, so I'm going to put it back. All these appear to be the same, basically. Might make me pull that other, because that's spinning. I may have to pull that other side to get that tight. Yeah, that one's spinning too. Does not make me happy. So I think to avoid that right there, which just happened. Come on, man. You dirty dogged me. All right. I'm going to pull this scale. Let's get this out of the way. And then I can 2 screwdriver this back together. But I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to pull it apart. Well, hold on. Do I need to? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to pull it apart. And let's see. I need a second T6. There's one right there. I'm going to do it right. I mean, listen, this is the fun stuff for me. So I don't mind one bit. I enjoy this. This is when I'm having fun. Get to work on them. You know, running the action on a knife is fun and fidgety and all that. But I like tinkering, man. That's what I live for. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put that pivot in and build this knife up as soon as I find it. There it is. I'm going to build this knife up. And then I'm going to tighten these back screws. I'm going to pull that pivot out, put that scale on. You with me? Did that sound complicated or what? Let's see. Recessed. Blade. I don't need the button. And I don't need no satisfaction. No, wait. That's not what I was going to say. Oop, that's backwards. Let's put the stop pin in. So it looks like it's part of that whole assembly there. Oh, come on, man. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to put this on and watch what I do. I'm going to put this pivot on to hold all this kind of in place. It's just temporary, so I can get all these screws tight in here. And I will say this, that I don't have the expectations for these knife manufacturers to make this easy on me. But I do have the expectation that they make it so I can do it. Right? I mean, the way that I say it is, it'd be like me buying a firearm that I can't take apart. Are all these screws the same? Ooh. Little screws holding on. All right, let's get an. Oh, the other one's already in there. All right, never mind. Let's get them tight. Okay, that was tight. And we got one more. I don't think it much matters. I think it's any one of these into this spot. Ow! Come on, man. It's not funny. And it's not fun. Something tells me. Okay, so heads up, one of these screws is shorter. And so it has to, like the short and the long have to go together. Yeah. So pay attention to that. If you pull this apart, just know that you got to get the right screws with the right screws. Like, and they look different. Like, see the star pattern on this one? Hopefully that's showing up in the camera. Well, it goes with the non-star pattern on the other side. Here's the star pattern. It goes with the non-star pattern. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to figure things out, and I don't mind because, that's what makes loving fun. Man, I'm just full of references today. All right, so here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pull this and get my pivot back in there without losing my blade and all that. And so the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to pull that screw and I'm going to push my screwdriver through and it will hold everything in place. The bearings, the blade, get the pivot out. I'm going to put the scale on. And this is only dirty and messy on this one side because now I got to push my pivot through. And it's captured, so I got to get it lined up. And I remember that the captured part was down in the front. Like so. I know it was like brain surgery there, man, but that seemed like the best way for me to do that. So now I can finish my assembly here. I got to get my button in there. Oh, something tells me that button had to be in there. Yeah. Maybe not. Okay, well, I can tell you, I don't recommend doing that way. Good grief. Yeah, so there, I'm sure it's my fault, but the knife's where it needs to be, and there we go. Yeah, that took some finagling to get that square. Oop. Yeah, I didn't get my washer in place clearly. The washer's not where it belongs. But it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Should be able to. Well, I say that, but hmm. Okay. A little delicate surgery, man, but I got it. All right. Good miss. This is how it goes sometimes, man. If you're going to take knives apart, you better be a tinkerer. Because sometimes you just got to tinker. Sometimes it's not clear cut, man. You're gonna have to get in here, get in the weeds a little bit. Yeah, blade centered. Ooh, I think I'm too tight. Yeah, there we go. All right, man, we're so close to being done now. Get that back screw first. Have it help with that front screw. Deal with that tension on that pocket clip. All right. Whew. Marathon. Had me going. Maybe a slight little tick of wiggle there. See if I can't get like a little tiny turn there. Yeah. All right. Whew. What's up, man? Listen, and for what it's worth, anybody that watches the channel, I can check in a $200 knife and have just as much struggle as a budget knife that I'm gonna guess is around $50. That's my guess. We'll check here. Let's talk about this action. Very snappy thumb flick, spidey flick. Yeah, it doesn't require a wrist. Very snappy. That lock is solid. Wonderful. I'm gonna give it an A minus. Um, it's solid, man. It's good. Drop shut. Very hydraulic. Very smooth. Centered blade. Thumb stud's nice. Spidey flick is wonderful. Very cool. Yeah. Let's talk about ergonomics. Ergonomics. Very comfortable in hand. The pocket clip is placed well. It's got a nice relief for the finger, so it's very comfortable to grab onto. Reverse grip, again, very comfortable. Can cap it with the thumb. And the Pakal grip, I mean, I'd much rather be here with a hammer, going hard versus here, and this knife affords it. So yeah, it gets another half a star from me just for being able to get this grip right here. I dig it. Let's check the pocket clip, which I already know is going to be amazing just from the tension that's on that thing. So on this triple thick, super thick stuff, yeah, it runs wonderfully. A little over an eighth of an inch sticking out of the pocket there. The hole aids in getting it out, and it's an F5 clip, no question about it. Tornado could take these and take them $200, 200 miles, $200 miles downrange, and drop a piece of cloth down on the ground. This knife would still be stuck to it. Yeah, wonderful job on a pocket clip. The texture on the G10 Assist. This is standard jean size material, and I could throw this in a dryer and let it tumble for 30 minutes. When I pulled it out, that knife would be right there. My spot in the back pocket, yeah, very intuitive. And if I tumbled around and went running, whatever, and I reached back for this knife, it would be right where I left it. And to me, that's what a pocket clip is supposed to do. So I dig it. Good job on a clip. Recessed screws, recessed into the G10. 2 screws, so I'm not so concerned about it being in the G10. And it is reversible, so the lefty can get some use out of the knife, a little more comfortable. Let's check for safety, see if we can make any blade contact. Yeah, we're clear through the scales and the liners in the back, and the blade is well recessed. So tip's good, clip is amazing, and I can handle this knife any old way I want. I'm not going to make blade contact. Let's check that detent that's provided with the button. Oh yeah, very snappy. It's got nice detent. It's going to hold that blade in unless I want it out. Yeah, it's going to keep it in there. There's no way to shake that out of there or anything. How'd they do on the sharpening? I get new knife companies and they put out a budget piece like this. They don't send me knives. I still got to buy them. I mean, y'all know, I put them on the channel all the time. But a lot of times that steel doesn't come very well honed. That is not the case. These guys, they know what they're doing when they sharpen the knife, and B, that obviously they get the memo one. If you're going to sell knives, is, hey, no matter what, let's make sure we send out a sharp knife. And these guys get it, obviously. Let's talk price on this thing. All right, so Amazon or Fintiso.com. Those are the 2 sources that I'm seeing for these knives, and they have several. We kind of looked at catalog. Just a tick under or over $55, so like $57. I mean, is that a $57 knife? If I take the total sum of all the pieces and parts to this thing, I'm gonna say yes, it is. I mean, the ergos are solid, it's comfortable in hand, good steel. Yeah, I dig it, man. All right, Fintiso, thanks for sending it over. And the rest of y'all, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. It's kind of a long video.